Our next speaker is the group leader and CEO of Hakan Agro DMCC, a multinational agri-soft commodities supply company based in Dubai, with processing facilities and offices in 26 countries. Our next speaker has over 25 years of experience in global agri-soft commodities, supply chain management. He serves as president of CECIL's Global Pulse Organization and Confederation and president of the International Agri-Food Network. He is also chairperson of the Private Sector Mechanism at the United Nations Commodities on World Food Security. He holds a bachelor's degree in English literature and an MBA from Wollongong University in Australia, so he knows how to spell. It has been my honor to serve as treasurer under his leadership. He is a visionary. It was his idea to pursue the International Year of Pulses. And in the Pulse Industry Hall of Fame, our next speaker will no doubt be a first ballot entry. Please join me in welcoming Hakan Bahceci.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be in this beautiful city after 20 years, as Tim mentioned. It took us a long time to decide whether we want to come back after that lousy San Diego conference in '95, and I'm sure my old folks would agree with me if they had been in that conference. Anyway, it's really a pleasure, and when you picked up, and the program has been great, and I thank you, my Executive Director, Gavin Gibson, and the staff for making this event very successful. As it said, the change is inevitable, but progress is optional. Over the years, CECIL's experienced inevitable changes, and proud progress has been made in the critical matters. Today, I would like to talk about a few of those achievements. Over 52 years ago, our confederation was born in France as, excuse me if my French is wrong, but as Confédération Internationale de Commerce et des Industries de Légumes Secs, CECILS. To include new origins and destinations across the world, it also became known by the English translation of the French name, the International Pulse Trade and Industries Confederations, IPTIC. Pretty soon, we became CECILS IPTIC. It's a long name that does not really reflect what we truly are now. We represent the entire pulse value chain, from researchers to growers, from input suppliers to processors, from exporters to consumers. Plus, we engage supporting organizations to contribute to the success of the whole value chain. Therefore, over the next year or so, we will carry out strategically managed name change to become Global Pulse Confederation. I'm extremely proud of what our organization has accomplished during the last 4 years. With an executive that has taken on tough issues and a staff with dedication, we are achieving our strategic goals. In 2011, for the first time in our organization's history, we introduced a 5-year business plan and an annual operating plan to bring us firmly into the 21st century, and we want to transform CECILS. After talking with many of our members and stakeholders about our industry's needs and where they want to see our organization, we developed our vision and mission statements. You can read them here and anytime on our website. In order to maintain our focus, we established 6 overarching goals within our 5-year plan. We then determined activities and responsibilities going forward that would enable us to achieve these ambitious goals. I'm particularly proud of the fact that in the last 4 years, CECIL's Global Pulse Confederation has reached a new level of maturity as a true Global Pulse Confederation. Our success with this goal is well illustrated by the numbers. We had only 10 national associations in 2011, and now we have 19 active national association members across the globe, including the most recent being Ethiopia, Myanmar, Ukraine, and British Edible Pulse Association, BIPA. We now have over 600 corporate members from 50 countries. In the past, our membership scope consisted only traders, exporters, and importers. Now we represent every ring of the value chain, including growers, input suppliers, researchers, and plant breeders, inspection and shipping logistic companies, and so forth. As our actions cause greater effects in our industry with our current momentum, GPC's membership base will grow larger year by year. Our members commonly emphasize the reliability of supply that consistently meets the food safety and quality standards of the global marketplace was a major concern to both origins and destinations alike. With this in mind, we introduced a code of ethics during the last 4 years. Not only that, we have also undertaken an active role to raise awareness of contract integrity and to provide a forum for dispute management. I would like to thank Andrew Jacobs for his leadership in this project, and also I would like to thank GAFTA for their great assistance. There will always be work done in this area. However, as a result of trainings given by Andrew's Dispute Resolution Committee and contract management sessions in our annual conferences, now we see the use of GAFTA trading contracts has been increased among the global pulse trade. Significantly, as this has happened, the Dispute Resolution Committee has not had to resolve any dispute since it was put in place. That's very good news for the industry. We have also been able to move towards the harmonization of MRLs for chemicals usage in pulse production, an issue of some importance that has become more prominent 2 years ago. Our Codex Committee, under the chairmanship of Michael Kemperdick from Schluter and Mack, Germany, and great assistance from June Arnold of GAFTA, and help from Pulse Canada, have worked very hard to gain recognition of realistic and safe residue limits in the European Union based on accepted practice in the US, Canada, and Australia. With some CICL's funding, Gordon Bacon at Pulse Canada has also spearheaded work to ensure harmonized testing methodology for such things as protein availability from various pulse types. These issues are becoming more and more important for us because, as you know, we seek to pursue health claims for pulses and increase their consumption in the West as part of a normal healthy diet. This work is continuing with the Market Access Group under the chairmanship of Praveen Dongre and Guru Rao, who are leading the charge to get long-term reform of Codex Alimentarius to speed approvals. These changes are all about furthering market for pulses. A big opportunity has always been to increase pulse consumption in the West and in emerging middle-class economics where people adopt Western-style eating habits. The diabetes epidemic that is impacting health in so many countries around the world has provided a singular focus for us in promoting the regular inclusion of pulses in a healthy diet. A major piece of IOP activities to create awareness of health benefits of pulses and how they can be utilized. We engage the top chefs in our member countries as ambassadors for pulses. On the other side of the coin, there are hundreds of millions of hungry people in the world. We need to improve productivity to feed these people and help them feed themselves. There is also the goal of developing innovative new food from pulses and grains. More available protein will result in better nourishment of the world's poor and hungry. To kickstart these innovations, we are planning a major competition for innovative food products in 2016 to create at least 5 new pulse-based products by 2016 to be used for humanitarian purposes in food insecure regions and school feeding programs, and generally as nutritious snacks. In the recent research Mintel has done for us, we already see an increase in pulse products launched globally in the recent years. To be more specific, there were about 6,000 new pulse products launched globally in 2014, compared to about 3,000 in 2011. In India, 50% of these products were in the snack food category. In the US and Canada, most of them were in the meals and meal centers category. You will get the chance to learn about more about the Mintel's research results later on. Another sign of progress in the last 4 years was the formation of the CISL's Young Professional Group. As a father, I want my children to have a future in this business if they want it. So it was a pleasure to see the rapid emergence of a significant number of daughters, sons, and younger employees into active senior roles in their companies. These wonderful young professionals were privileged to have broad formal education and knowledge around the world. They have grown up in a world with instant communication across the globe. They understand the power of social media and the internet. We saw this as a fantastic opportunity to harness their energy and their expressed desire to contribute to the improvement of the industry. We formed CISL's Young Professionals in 2012, and membership of CYP comes from all sectors of our industry. In recognition of the great importance I place upon the potential for positive change that these young professionals bring with them, I proposed a change, and that was approved yesterday in our executive committee, to our bylaws. And this change will allow CISL's Young Professional Group the right to elect one of their members to a full membership of the executive committee in addition to their current observer status. Given the outstanding contribution they are making for our organization, I'm confident that this proposal will be approved by our members at the General Assembly this week. These young people will be the future of our industry. And yesterday, I'm also very proud to see the first nominee coming from the CYP was approved, and Iman Reda came on board representing the CISL's Young Professional Group. And I hope generations to come, people will be enjoying these annual Pulse conventions. We are listening closely to you, our members, to make sure that the subject matter is relevant, timely, accurate, and meaningful, and this year is no exception. We have a great line of speakers, including some exciting announcements today. However, this convention is not only about information sharing, it's also about the networking and the friendship building that leads to better businesses. Just as importantly, this friendly environment provides a forum to generate new ideas on how to improve aspects of our business for everyone. Then our executive takes these ideas, these concepts on board, and works tirelessly for the rest of the year for the benefit of the common good of the whole global pulse industry. Let me give you an example. Just one concept that emerged as a germ of an idea I discussed with a few friends at the Dubai Convention in 2012 is now leading to the biggest leap of our industry that has ever taken. Yes, I'm referring to the International Year of Pulses. This one simple idea has now taken on a life of its own, and importantly is providing a new focus for the achievement and further development of pulses. I refer to the success of our negotiations on behalf of our industry over the last 3 years to have the United Nations agree to declare 2016 as the International Year of Pulses. This recognition by the UN opens once-in-a-lifetime opportunities for our industry to make significant developments in many areas, including the following three in particular: expanding production and consumption of the world's healthiest foods, pulses, easing the worldwide triple epidemic of obesity, diabetes, and heart diseases, feeding the world's hungry population through strategically designed innovative food products. We have recruited more than 25 partner organizations, helping to shape the vision for the year, including the FAO, World Food Programme, universities, and major science centers. I welcome many of them here today, and their support is essential to our combined success. Together, more than 100 activities have been identified to take place, and many are underway. Some of the key elements of the activities in 2016 are a six-part school curriculum developed by the UK Promotion Group for use by all, a photo bank available to all, a major new media campaign funded by AGT. Over 100 recipes have been collected for a global online cooking resource. Plans for a consumer website with a goal of reaching 20 to 40 million people next year. Talks with a major grocery chain like Tesco about promoting pulses. A major launch at the New York Academy of Sciences, Sackler Institute in November of this year. And here, there is no doubt, is where IOP has been a catalyst during these last 3 years for a momentous change in the way in which activities in our member countries are coordinated, and more importantly, the way in which they all tie into the global vision and work together for the betterment of all. We now have active and vital national committees in more than 30 countries. Executive Committee member Cindy Brown is coordinating these national committees, helping them to share ideas, take responsibilities for events in their countries, being their unique national priorities, and ensure consistency between our member countries in the implementation of globally relevant activities. In my own country, this January, I had the honor of being a speaker when the Turkish Ministry of Agriculture hosted a major event for the preparations and activities of International Year of Pulse in January. The event was broadcasted nationally to increase awareness on IOP 2016 in Turkey and the benefits of pulses and increase support to pulse farmers. The subsidies were doubled for pulse production. The National Association for the Chefs prepared dishes from salads to desserts with pulse ingredients, and the Turkish minister himself promoted to use pulses in non-traditional ways. Throughout 2016, the government will be promoting pulses in everyday healthy diet. We are very grateful to the Turkish government for its role in moving the International Year of Pulses forward and its ongoing work to make sure there is maximum impact for pulse production and consumption. In February, the Japanese Association did a huge promotion during the FoodX and reaching 75,000 people. And in March, the Indian Pulse and Grains Association organized a major event in Delhi and is planning events in Jaipur in February next year. We hope that these activities, these events inspire other countries as well. We will hear more about all these activities over the week. As most of you will be aware, GPC has already committed 1.1 million from our reserves to make this happen. In addition, we donated $50,000 to FAO with plans for yesterday. I was very happy to see the board approving a further commitment of $150,000 to FAO within the next 2 years. GPC and FAO partnership in this International Year of Pulses will set an excellent platform for public-private partnership. In addition to the $2.1 million. We have raised $210,000 in the member fund, as well as the generous kick-off donation of $250,000 from Saskatchewan Pulse Grower last year, and have received a further $600,000 in new commitments of funding for a total of $2.1 million. One of the great parts of this story is the extent to which we are leveraging in kind of funding and partner support. Today, we announce a further $2.6 million in funding from 7 organizations, and another $600,000 or more that will flow in May. Plus, partners are taking on major events worth over $1 million. We are partway to our goal, but we need every one of you making your commitment so far. For every $1 we are spending in coordination and kickstarts, we are getting $2 of extra Pulse activities. I would like to recognize now our Platinum member fund supporters and our donors that have given even more. So my company, I'm leading this, so I was the first one to come forward. And may I please call Dan Bruneski from Ilta Grain, Emin Akkan from Ilta Commodities, Tim McCreevy, Cindy Brown from American Pulse Association, and we are thrilled to announce a new contract for $3.2 million signed by 7 parties in cash and in-kind commitments. May I please call Hussein Aslan from AGT Foods, Murat Al-Khatib from CSEA, Tim Wines from Saskatchewan Pulse Growers, Gordon Bacon from Pulse Canada, Alison Emeter from Alberta Pulse Growers, Manitoba Pulse Soybean Growers, Ontario Bean Growers. And in addition to this, yesterday we had also our bronze sponsors and contributors. The names are there: Akos, Advanced Seed, Arbel, Chippewa Beans. And yesterday, again, we had 12 new contributors to the member fund. The names you will see there: Aussie Pulse, AgriCorp, AMCO, Agricom, Pulse Splitting, Avam, group of companies, Portman, HP AgroTrade, SRCo, Jetco, Schuluterunmark, and Glencore India. I would like to thank these generous leaders for their donation and contribution, without which it would not have been possible to do what we are doing. So I would like to thank each of you. Thank you. We still have a long way to go with an ambitious target of over $8 million in global activities among us and our partners. I hope you will follow the leadership of these funders. It started as a dream, but numbers are showing us it's not a dream anymore. It's happening now, so be part of it. Because, as I said, change is inevitable, but progress is optional. I think the progress we have made together is phenomenal. As my 4 years of presidency conclude, I want to thank you all for amazing support. It has been a pleasure and an honor. And our new president, I wish him all the best, and I'm sure he's going to take this organization to the next level. Thank you very much.